Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Enzo.
I'm Kamal.
And Skeptic, did you say your name? Oh,
I'm Skeptic.
Sorry.
I'm Mia.
So I missed something. Okay, guys. So we got lots to talk about tonight. We have a jam-packed night, guys. We had chaos in Congress, and we'll also be touching on J.D. Vance versus Obama. Obama's made his way back in the news. Of course he did, because they've been making these allegations about this shooter being deep far left and, the Democrats. So, he had to speak. And also, lastly, we will be touching on cancel culture. Is this MAGA's new agenda? First, Jimmy Kimmel, who's next? We'll break it down tonight. But the first clip I'm going to play, this was MTG today at Congress. If you guys are watching, please hit the like button. Thank you so much for supporting. Let's go. I called this topic Chaos in Congress because it was very chaotic this week.
I recognize Ms. Crockett for unanimous consent.
Yes, Mr. Chair, since I wasn't allowed equal time to debate, I have a UC. It is from, it looks like Yahoo News. It says, Charlie Kirk suspect's grandma says family is all MAGA.
Without objection, so ordered. Chair recognizes Ms. Green from Georgia.
Is that the loudest it goes?
Yeah.
Chair, Ms. Green, it's your 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I can assure you that the 22-year-old man, Tyler Robinson, that murdered Charlie Kirk is not MAGA. His family may be Republican, but all of the evidence that is being presented proves that he is a far leftist, very much integrated in online groups that are linked to Antifa. He was in a relationship with a biological male, so-called furry, whatever that is transitioning to be a fake woman. He was not MAGA, not one bit. That is a complete lie. And it's an insult to every single Republican and person that identifies with those type of politics. We will not tolerate it. And that is the exact type of language that is getting many of us death threats day after day and led to shootings on the baseball field where Steve Scalise was shot. This is what led to President Trump nearly being assassinated this past summer. This is what has led to Charlie Kirk being assassinated. And so I just want to give a warning there. We're not going to tolerate that anymore. Something else we're not going to tolerate is crime. On August 11th.
Jeez. Okay, so we're going to allow the ladies to go first on this one. Mia, what's your thoughts on the clip? What do you think about what she said? Do you agree with her comments? And where do you think this is going to go with Congress and this investigation?
I mean, it just sounds like people are on the river denial right now. I mean, for all intents and purposes, he comes from a Republican family, comes from a Republican area. They said he was a registered Republican. I mean, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. It sounds like a lot of people are in denial about it. Obviously, there's weird people in every single group. He probably was Republican, just like his family. Most people are. However, he's a little weird. His little boyfriend or roommate or whatever is weird too. They're all mentally ill. I don't know. You can't argue with people that are mentally ill. I'm sorry. They need institutions now to put these people. That's where they need to be. They're mentally ill. That's all I got to say. Sounds like everybody's in denial.
Nick Solarium's great again. I'm just kidding.
For real, though.
Skeptic, I
I go,
think
make asylums great again.
For real, though.
Solarium's the other name for it, the old school name. So, Skeptic, I think you and Mia might agree. He came from a Republican family, so it's fair for them to keep bringing this up. What's your thoughts? People are very up in arms whenever that's mentioned. What do you think about it?
Yeah, well, I do want to tell the chat if they want to help us out, they can help by liking the live and by hitting the heart in the chat since you guys are very active and have been very active recently. I think one of the things that I took back from like more information that I read is that if there has been one thing that has been pushed on us, it is that we should come from a two-parent household, that we should have Christianity in our homes, that we should be pro, gun, that we should be all these things. And interestingly enough, this young guy had that, and I feel like a lot of the guys that are doing that are kind of the aggressors and are going into schools and stuff have come from this type of background. So I think that it's like an interesting topic to me, knowing that this is always brought up, like coming from a single parent home is always kind of looked down on. And it's like, what can he say because he came from a conservative background? He went to a conservative school. Even the argument that he was radicalized, he went to a conservative school for one semester and then he did vocational program online because it was during COVID. Like, how do you get radicalized in one semester? How do you get radicalized when you're going to like a VTech program and you're doing it online? So like, I think a lot of the things that are being brought up to me just don't make any sense. I almost feel like we're looking for an excuse. And I feel like the governor said it best whenever he said he prayed for 33 hours that it wasn't one of them. He was praying that it was someone from a different country. And I feel like now they're trying to find, first they also said he was a gamer and that was a problem. So like, it's almost like they're looking to see what excuse they can give him,
Yeah, no, I think you're right. That's fair enough. I think the conversation shifted once people heard it was someone from their area, from their community. The tone shifted down. But guys, all those in the chat, I see we got a lot of far right people. You're gonna love this clip. This is Tashida Khalib or whatever her name is. I'm sorry if I said her name wrong. I have to see it on the screen. Crashing out today because I said we're gonna see balance. This is Rashida Tlaib. My bad. Here she is.
We can't be passive right now. So nobody over there should take anything we say like so personally as if we're attacking them. No, we're attacking a process, not attacking people here. And I think it's really important. We need to stand up against this fascist takeover. That's not a bad word. It's a fact. And here in DC and across the country, it is so incredibly important, Mr. Chair, that this committee does not allow rhetoric that defames and or paints Washington D.C. in a way that you all haven't really truly seen. You're just reading it. No, you're just reading it or something off of some.
Will the gentlelady yield to a question?
Yeah, I think it's really important.
Will the gentlelady yield?
I don't yield. I don't even have time. I can tell you
your time's expired.
It is expired, but
Mr.
Mr. Chair,
Nice.
but you all live
like
here,
Mr.
and
Lee.
you're not telling people the beautiful parts that you do see in our
Mr.
nation's
Lee.
capital. And no, it's just wrong how we're doing it.
Chairman, I think it's insane that the gentlelady doesn't have an argument, but she's going to refer to me and some of my colleagues.
Mr. Donald.
We were from the Third Reich. This is
You're going to look
insane.
at 14, 15-year-olds as
It's
a bunch of
insane.
criminals?
It's insane.
Oh,
Do I look like a member of the Third Reich to you, Ms. Tlaib?
Please,
Is that what I look like to you?
You're the one taking your voting
Is that what
card.
you think?
Give it
Is
to
that what you
somebody.
think?
Give
Is
it
that
to
what you
the
think?
No, that's unethical.
I think it's radical and I think it's insane. And I'll respect everything that you say. But to say something like that to myself and a lot of my colleagues is way out of line. It's way out of line. It's way out of line.
Regular order,
It's
Mr.
way out of line.
Regular order.
That's okay. But it's okay, right?
That is not how it
It's
goes.
okay, right?
You hold yourself accountable before you talk about
Hold
Washington,
myself
D.C.
accountable.
Mr. Lee.
Washington,
Hold
D.C.
your
out
own
of your
self
mouth.
accountable. How
Keep
about
it out of
that?
your mouth.
Hold your own
I'm
self
trying,
accountable.
Mr.
How about that?
Free DC and make sure you
All right.
vote with your own voting card. Don't be giving it to somebody
Mr.
else.
All right. So to be clear, I want to get everybody caught up to what they're talking about. There is a controversial bill that's being talked about where they're going to lower the age that kids can be charged as adults. They're trying to lower it to as low as 14 years old. So this is very important. Doc, you are right on time for this. I'm going to let you go last since everybody else was here. So thank you for coming tonight. Kamal, what do you think about this screaming match and what's your thoughts on this bill that they're proposing?
So first of all, I love the screaming in politics. I guess TikTok bleed into every aspect of life now. You feel me? Second, she was against the bill, right? She was against the bill.
She's against the bill because what community do you think this is going to primarily target? And I'll leave it at that. She was against the bill. Yes.
Okay. And then who?
Yes.
I couldn't tell who was arguing with her though. That was who I was getting confused.
Byron Donalds, the Republican from Florida.
Byron Donalds, for real? He was the one arguing with her ass?
Yes.
About a pedo bill? This is a pedo bill.
No, it's not a pedo bill. It's about children being charged as adults. They're trying to lower the age from 16 to 14.
Oh, I thought you were
saying what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
So they trying to basically make it legal to charge people at 14 instead of 16.
Correct. Yes.
I mean, that shit crazy right there. They already adultify our teenagers though, you feel me? So it's just gonna make them feel better about them. You know what I mean? Like lowering the age, I mean, they're trying to get more workers in prison at this point, and it's gonna target us. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's why I'm fucking confused. I'm like, damn, Byron Donald, but he a coon anyway. This nigga fighting for the bill that'll lower the fucking age? Like,
I mean, I don't know why you're surprised. Let me shut up.
Yeah, he a Sambo. You can say it. Go ahead. You're a damn Sambo. You feel me? Now, like, damn. And that's kind of fucked up, man, to try to lower the age. Just make more people criminals and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
So Enzo, what do you think of that screaming match? Byron Donalds is anticipated to potentially be the Republican nominee for Florida for governor. What do you think?
So, one thing that I've learned is the first person who gets loud first automatically loses. So, I mean, her getting loud for no reason because Byron Donald wanted to ask her a question, pretty out of her time. Like, I watched the video. It's ridiculous. Like, I said it last night. And I said it just now on the podcast. I was like, this is why things are not getting done in Congress right now. This is why Trump keeps doing executive order, because everybody in Congress is doing everything but doing their fucking job. They'd rather stand out on the steps with the Epstein victims and take a month off to think about this entire situation. And now they just want to fight with each other on the floor of a committee or whatever. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure that committee was for what Mariel Bowser today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then when it comes down to this bill and everything like that, what crimes could they be when they drop it to 14? What is just like any crime altogether?
I think it's specific ones. It's like murder and big capital charges. It's not any crime.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree with Byron there. That should, if you're gonna commit an adult crime like that and you're guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in that, you should be charged as an adult, because there are cases where people under the age of 18 are being charged as adult for those type of cases already. They're already dropping the requirements for that. So to have a bill for something like that, I would agree with that. Because when I was growing up, there are plenty of kids that were committing big boy crimes that didn't get charged as adults for their crime because they were children. They were under 18.
The crimes are murder, first degree sexual abuse, first degree burglary, robbery while armed, assault with intent to commit any of these.
Oh, hey, I'm
going to agree.
Also, I didn't know those
were
like petty crimes and shit. You feel me? Like,
no, not petty crimes.
Yeah, I would agree. That's why I asked what the charges were. If it was something like petty, like theft or something, or burglary or stupid shit like that, no, like put them in juvie for a fucking couple months and let them loose and get them on the right track, not make them a career criminal for the rest of their life.
And to be clear, it's for DC. I want to be clear with that. This is for the District of Columbia. Doc, what's your thoughts on everything you heard?
It sounds fucking crazy. There's no way we have all the scientific evidence in the world to say that an adult's frontal lobe isn't developed and they don't understand. And we're saying we're going to charge a 14-year-old child who has no idea what the world encompasses yet for armed robbery. Even if you say he got armed robbery, I could not shoot you, not do nothing. I could take your kids, take stuff from other kids. You want them to go to 10 years in prison, 20 years in prison for that, charged as an adult, go to jail with grown men at 14? Because that's what they're talking about. We're not talking about sending them to youth detention. We're talking about sending them to prison with grown men at 14 for a charge that I don't think a 14-year-old child can understand. You know what I mean? Do I think there should be consequences? Of course. I don't think at 14 the consequence. Now, we got case studies. If you find someone to be clinically a sociopath and you went through all the steps, that is a different argument. But a 14-year-old kid making a mistake going to adult prison with grown men, do you know what that's going to do to a 14-year-old boy? Kids make mistakes. I might not know. I walk out the door, touching something I shouldn't have touched or doing something I shouldn't have do, or I went with my friend and he did something I really wasn't completely party of. I think everybody can relate to doing that. I went with some people and we was just having a good time, but we really didn't understand it. And what we're saying is we're going to charge these children as adults. Like that's a 10, 15, 20-year prison sentence some places. So when we know that there's like scientific studies that says, hey, their brain isn't developed. Like when you get to 18 and stuff, like you've done a little bit of life, I still know your brain isn't developed, but these are children at 14. Like there's got to be consequences, but adult consequences isn't the answer to that.
I agree. Okay, guys. So for everybody watching in the chat, we only have 22 likes and we have over 500 people on. So please hit that like button. I'm gonna switch gears here. That was a good first topic that we covered, but now we're gonna switch gears here to JD Vance and Obama. JD Vance stepped in this week and very unprecedented way. He hosted the late Charlie Kirk show. I have that clip and I'm gonna play it.